Hey, Margie with the Asking Spot, trying to see if we can upcycle some plastic containers using air dry clay. Well, now this clay I purchased at a big craft store, and I gotta say, I went to a big box store and found it for much cheaper. It works just fine, but heads up there. Other things you'll need are also some extra tools. Now, the X-Acto knife is extremely handy. Now, I've got other tools because I used to, way back in the day, make clay caricature figurines for people getting married. So I have loads of tools. You don't need all of them, but some definitely are handy. As for the dowel rods, they're great. They tell me the width and the thickness of the clay, which I want to have. So that's why they're set there so I can understand that. Then you'll also see the little glass full of water. I am adding excess clay to that. It creates what is called a slip, which is kind of what helps bond one chunk of clay to another. For the purpose of filming this, I'm using parchment paper. I think wax paper would be better on the table. But honestly, if it wasn't, because I'm trying to make it so it's easy for you to see, just a shiny piece of something that showed up in the mail, that actually would be better than what I'm using. When applying the pieces of clay together, the slip makes the clay sticky, but you also need to cut up or slice up or just, jab into, make some texture on what you're attaching it to so it will have some teeth and it will adhere better. Unfortunately, got some cracks, just little ones. And it's easy enough to fix. Remember the sloof we use? The whatever that stuff's called?
Give the pass a slip.
The drying process varies a lot. It depends on how humid it is, although humidity is not a bad thing. Sure, it extends your drying time. However, slow drying means less cracking. Now, drying also has to be 100%. Up here, this is all dry. I can tell and feel it, except for I can feel the eyeballs, and down here, there's a slight coolness to the touch that makes me go, oh, there's still moisture trapped in there, so we still have to let it go for a while. But that's okay. I got an idea for another piece because, well, when I showed this to my kid, they were like,
creepy.
Yeah, so fine. I'm going to make a different one. This one is not quite the same character piece. This one's going to be just sort of like a cable knit sweater on it.
Ew, 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 ew.
I think it'll look cool. Slightly different technique this go around. I do not need the dowel rods to give me the thickness, but I still need to know the general width of the container I'm using. And because I'm making braided pieces that are going to fold in half, I made it twice as long. First, I make a strand that's probably less than the width of a pencil. And my goal is to, like I said, measure it out to at least twice as long as the container I'm putting it on. Then I'm going to fold it in half and twist it. Now, one braid I will twist turning towards the left, and then the next braid I will twist turning towards the right. And yeah, if you get a little break in the clay, you can blend it back together again using some more of the slip. Future self here, might be easier if you would paint a base coat using just chalk paint, a primer, or something that would stick well to the plastic first, then apply the clay. Just saying. sanding time. It's cool. You can get out a lot of imperfections with the sanding, and that might mean if they're a bigger imperfection, you would need a stronger grit. But generally speaking, I stuck with a 320 grit just to smooth out the piece. And I used that envelope, recycled that just to catch the dust because that dust can be poured into your slip and it's very handy. Oh, and we'll touch on it later, but you need to really clean off and get all the dust off the piece before you paint it. Foreshadowing.
Surprise, surprise.
What happens when somebody
You mean you?
decides to, after they've cleaned the piece off, sand a few spots more and oh, it wasn't much, and just wipe it off and then spray paint it? Well, this, because I don't think this is going to catch it very well. It's got some definite texture and some spots I missed. But you know, in the end, it's not a bad thing because I'm going to give this a copper patina. The parts that, you know, human hands touch a lot on pieces, whether it's, you know, copper or brass or anything like that, they will stay shiny and bright because they're constantly getting mildly polished. So I'm going to try and avoid a lot of the face features and just kind of patina the rest. And this like crusty texture I have now.
Gross.
Yes, I know it's gross, sorry, but it's going to work to benefit the patina appearance, supposedly.
So here's where we go to where it started. It was a plastic container. And before we go to how it finished, if you could, please give a thumbs up and hit subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And I'd love to hear where you would take it next, because I was thinking I could have cut this differently, maybe given it some ears, maybe made a cat or dog, or who knows what kind of animal. It would be kind of fun. So I may be doing more of these in the future. But as it stands right now, this is what they look like, all done, and they are handy for plants and all sorts of stuff. And well, considering how many plants my husband has around here, yeah, I will probably be doing a lot more of these. Thanks so much for watching The Asking Spot. I've got bloopers next.
It's definitely got some texture to it. And then there was one other big mistake. Well, yeah. The reason it is good for that is it lowers the cracking. Now, when you get to the point where you're like, hey, I think this is done, good thing. And there's even been times when I've misted this, just trying to make sure it takes a really long time to dry. No, blah, 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 blah.
I'd love to hear your comments on ideas of what you might do with it, because I was thinking, I could have cut out maybe some ears and made it either a cat or a dog. I might be doing some more of these. After all, there's enough plot. It's a plastic container. Oh, puppy.